Neon Entertainment Spotlight.
Hey everybody, here's Mike again for Neon Entertainment. Thanks for listening to another installation of the Neon Spotlight. We're joined by entertainer Michael Blaustein. And hey, thanks for taking your time to chat with us. What's going on? What's new in your life?
Oh man, you know what, dude? Thanks for having me, man. It's great. It's great to be here. It's really truly an honor to be here, and I thank you so much for having me on your very, very nice program. How are you, man? Let's get that out of the way. You know, people always ask me questions. Let me ask you questions. How are you?
You know, life's been a little hectic. I actually skipped Thanksgiving.
What do you mean you skip? So what did you do yesterday? You just you're done?
But my dog wasn't doing well, and needed some TLC, and I said,
okay.
You know what? I'm gonna do a little me. You guys can do a little you, and I'm gonna make myself a turkey sandwich, and you know, that's kind of about the extent of it. It went over like a fart in church, but sometimes, you know, what do you think? Sometimes you just gotta take care of yourself when you're just kind of. You got a lot of work to do, and you know.
Buddy, listen, I'm very into that. I actually enjoy the fact that you were not about Thanksgiving, although you did make yourself a turkey sandwich. So on some level, you wanted to feel it. You wanted to feel it a little bit, but you still kind of like stuck to your guns, and you didn't want Thanksgiving in your life. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I like how you stuck to your guns. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, do you ever get into those situations where just kind of work starts to kind of wash over you, and you're just kind of like, hey, I know you want me to do this, but me doesn't want to do that.
Yeah, yeah, and that usually happens when I'm given a project that I just don't like. I initially say yes because I feel as though maybe I need to say yes, and then I go into it and my heart's not into it. And like as an artist, you have to have some type of passion towards what you're doing, and if you don't, it'll just bleed through one way or the other. It'll just come out horrible, or you'll be halfway in and just eat a turkey sandwich on Thanksgiving. So it really just depends on which way you flow.
Yeah. What'd you do?
I mean, Thanksgiving was good, man. Thanksgiving was good. We had family, just, you know, had my sister and her husband and my little brother, me, and my mom. And my sister just had two twins who are the cutest things in the world. Quinn and Remy, shout out to them. They're not going to listen to this because they're one. But maybe in like maybe in like 10 years when they, you know, get a phone, they can listen to this. But they're super adorable, and I don't get to see them a lot. Or 6 months. So yeah, or 6 months. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, at this point, well, you get an iPhone at like 1.5 years now today, right?
Yeah, I mean, here's the funny thing, dude. They're so into technology, dude. The guy, Quinn, what is he? 35 years old. The little baby Quinn. He ordered like the new Star Wars game, Star Wars, I don't know what it is, just new Star, some Trek Star something, new game out on PlayStation, and like 2 days ago, he literally picked up the PlayStation remote and ordered the game. He's like a year old, and he like scrolled through and ordered the game, and the game's like $79, and my sister like freaked out, but that's how like in tune and like aware that these people are of like technology, because he just ordering a game. He's 1 year old. He's ordering a game. I don't know how to order a game, and this dude's ordering a game. It's crazy.
You know what's crazy is that I've got my Amazon privileges removed because.
What do you mean?
I went to order something. So I went to order something, and my wife got, you know, her Amazon Prime thing. So there's no point to have more than one, because, you know, you get the shows, you get the free shipping, whatever.
Yeah.
So I go to order something and check out. I'm like, oh, yeah, you know, I'm going to put this on my card. I end up ordering everything in her maybe like account, like it was in like the thing,
Oh,
but it wasn't
like
ready to
like
be like, I don't know, I might want to order that down the road, you know.
Right.
So I ended up ordering the whole thing. So like 2 days later, Amazon Prime, like shout out to Amazon Prime, 2 days shipping, and all of a sudden like all these packages on my porch, and I'm like,
dude, how did you? Well, hold on, quick.
What happened here?
Let's pause. How did you, when you checked out, didn't you notice that the order said $670 as opposed to like the $30 Amazon Echo that you ordered? No.
You would think so. But I am like, it's embarrassing because, you know, in my position, I could build a website, I can shoot a very professional video. You know, I can do a lot of things.
You can eat turkey sandwiches.
I can shop online.
It's like the most basic. It's like the most basic thing that a human can do, and you're like, nah, I can't. I don't look at prices. I just hit send. That's all I do. I hit send. That's what I got.
Click. I got an American Express card. It doesn't have a limit.
Dude, my brother has like the Amazon Prime account in the family, and literally everyone in the immediate family and all of his friends, use his Prime account. So when you go through like the shipping addresses and like the credit cards to use, I'm not joking, dude. There's probably like 20 to 25 different addresses and maybe like 15 to 20 different credit cards. So, dude, when you order something, it's like the Hellraiser puzzle. Like, you need to like be aware of what you're doing because there's like old, you know what I mean? I have like old shipping addresses from the apartment I lived in Harlem, and like, dude, it's like you have to super pay this. So I'm literally the opposite of you, is what I'm saying. That's what
No, it's exactly like that. 'Cause you get caught up in like all that other stuff. You're like, okay, what card am I using? What address am I sending it to? Like all that stuff, and I'm like, okay, I got all that straight. Bye. And I think they make it that way on purpose. Let's, call it a spade a shovel here, right?
Yeah. They want you to spend more money. Of course, they're not gonna. They're like hide the price and make everything else that you think is appealing in front of your face.
Right. Are you sure you want to spend gobs of money with us? Or no? Are you sure? You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're like, are you sure that you want these lovely packages? And you go, yeah. And they just have the price in like italics in like one font and like New Times Roman at the bottom of it. Right. Doesn't even tell. Yeah.
And the horrible human being that I am, I was more concerned with like not like rounding up for charity than I was like checking the fact that.
Yeah. Well, no, that shows your sweet side, man. That's sweet.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man. So so Thanksgiving is done. It's over. We're all having a good time. You're heading off to Australia. I spent a little bit of time like kind of like checking into some of your stuff, and it's hysterical. You do a great job, man. Congrats to you.
Oh, dude, thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, man.
I saw some of the punk stuff, and and then the fact, like I said, if you've got you're booking in Australia, that's not a small accomplishment.
Yeah, man. Thank you, dude. Yeah, it's been a crazy journey thus far with I was on MTV's Punks for like the last season, and just doing like a bunch of like kind of like MTV pilots, and then getting like really into stand up and doing like I went to like the NACA Nationals like 2 or 3 years ago and got a bunch of bookings off that, and I kind of launched into like the whole like college market scene. But yeah, dude, Australia is gonna be crazy. Like I'm there for like 15 days. I'm headlining this comedy club called Comedy Lounge, so I'm gonna be there. I'll probably do maybe like I think like probably like six or 7 shows there, and then I have a bunch of like one-nighters like kind of like around Perth. So I'm super excited about the shows, man. Not really excited about the travel. Like it's legit 16-hour flight from LAX, from Los Angeles to Melbourne. By the way, it's not Melbourne. It's like Melbourne. It's Melbourne. It's Melbourne. I don't care, and it makes me so angry. But I land there, and then I have another 6 hours to Perth. So it's like, whatever that math is, I'm not a mathematician, it's going to be terrible. It's going to be terrible. There's not enough Tom Cruise movies in the world that's going to get me through that flight. Like, I'm not. They better serve like filet mignon and like some frozen grapes, because it's going to be terrible. I'm not looking forward to it.
Maybe you'll get like a flight attendant will have like the palm leaves that will fan you while you get fed frozen grapes. You know what I mean?
Awesome, dude. I flew to London maybe like 2 years ago, and I flew business class. And I don't know if you ever flown like business class before, internationally, but bro, they treat you like you're Justin Bieber. Like, that's how I think Justin Bieber gets treated every single second of his life. They passed out like hot towels to start, just to wipe your skin, hot towels that are like sprayed with like mint or something, and then they give you like frozen grapes, and they give you like strawberries dipped in chocolate, and then they have like 16 different types of cereal, and then they have like 5 different sandwiches, and then dude, for dinner they had like steak tips with like Gouda cheese. It was crazy. I literally didn't want to go to sleep because I felt like I was gonna like miss some food. So I like on purpose like had more coffee to stay awake because I felt as though I was gonna miss some type of entree that they were gonna give to us. It was, and by the way, free alcohol the whole trip. There you have it. You got me there. I'll
give you the antithesis of my experience flying overseas. So I'm flying back to Spain, right?
Yeah.
And we're on tarmac, and we're on there for 3 hours because there's a problem. You've got a guy literally jumping up and down on the wing of the plane, and the tape that they're playing music to us in Spanish gets caught up in the tape player, and it starts doing the and I'm scratching my head, right? I'm like, okay, so wait a second. I got a little anxiety about flying to begin with. I see a guy jumping up and down on the wing of the plane, and this plane's so old it's got a tape player. So I'm starting to really spiral out of control. And then we finally hit the air, and we go against the jet stream. And they don't, in Europe, apparently they don't do the same thing that they do on American flights, where they're like, hey, we're going to hit a little bit of turbulence right here. And we're going to go up a little bit, and we're going to get out of this. No, they don't say a thing. They just let you flop around, scared out of your mind. And it was the most terrifying thing of my life, and that's why I don't like flying anymore.
How long? First of all, it seems petrifying. Second of all, how long is that flight from?
5 hours, 6 hours. Yeah.
So what is it?
I mean,
Spain?
you put the 3 hours playing with the tape going bad.
Where?
It was Madrid. Yeah.
So Madrid
to JFK. Yeah.
JFK. Okay. Oh my God. Do you live in New York City, or where do you live?
No, actually, I'm in the same same town as Neon. We're in Buffalo, New York.
Oh, you guys are in Buffalo. Okay. So I was about to say, 'cause I just moved to LA maybe like a year and a half ago. I was in New York City for like 7-8 years. So I was gonna say, I was gonna ask you if you lived in New York. But
no, I mean I've visited New York a couple times. I mean, and to be honest with you, it's really not my cup of tea. I mean,
really?
I think it's fine and dandy. Like I just couldn't live there. You know, like I like visiting there. I couldn't see myself living there. I like a little slower pace. Like I could see myself more on the West Coast.
Yeah.
If I was going to leave New York.
Yeah, New York is one of those places that, first of all, I couldn't love more, but it's one of those places that I understand how people couldn't love it. But all the reasons that people hate it are literally the reasons that I love it. Like I love like the energy. I love like the chaotic energy where people like bump it into you and people like cursing at you and people like it smells like homeless pee. Like that is literally that's like a Yankee Candle thing. Like I love
should certainly be a realtor.
I could. It's fine. No, the roof's leaking. Yeah, the roof is leaking, but it's essentially like your house is crying because it's so excited you're here. That's why the roof is leaking. You don't understand things, and you just move on. I would be really good at.
Right.
I could sell you some stuff.
Well, I've got one of my cousins. He uses real estate in New York, so I'll hook you guys up. I mean, you could probably write some pretty good listings for him.
Oh, but yeah. Oh, dude. I would actually love that. Like, 'cause, like all those like listings are so boring. Even like I would just love to write. You know, like stuff is like typically boring. Like if you're like reading like a description of like a coat online or like that type of stuff. Like I would love to write funny copy for that type of stuff that's not naturally funny. I feel like it would do well because people are like people read it and they're like, oh, this is like it spices it up a little bit. I feel like I could do that.
Well, I would stand out, right? I mean,
Yeah.
from the normal vanilla crap you see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now you mentioned the punk stuff, and I saw that, and I was dying. There's a couple things I want to ask you about that, and like, so the first thing I would ask you about is like, how did you have like a fake ball or a fake nut or something with that one? Like you did it like two times at least I saw online with Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, we did it. Yeah, we did it with Miley Cyrus and we did it with Khloe Kardashian. But yeah, it was like a prosthetic. It was like a prosthetic ball, and essentially the whole kind of like sketch or whatever, the whole like prank was like they were like Khloe Kardashian was at Miley Cyrus's home, and then like I'm like the pizza guy. So I ring the doorbell and I ask Miley if I could go into the bathroom because I have to pee real bad. And so we have like the prosthetic ball already there. So then I fake like I got my zipper, or fake like I got my ball like caught in my zipper. So I'm freaking out. They come in the bathroom. They take me out. They take me to the kitchen, and I'm like freaking out. And like Miley and Khloe are both like losing their minds because first of all, it's just they're famous. So having like a weird like pizza boy in there with just like a prosthetic with like a ball caught in the zipper, like it's crazy weird. And I'm screaming, saying like really odd stuff. Yeah, and then the next level of the prank was she calls like quote unquote 911, but the 911 operator is another cast member. So the cast member's telling them to do some weird shit to like us, and the cast member's like, oh, so like what color is the ball? And the funniest thing that she said in the entire thing, the 911 guy goes, what color's the ball? And Khloe goes, I don't know what color it is. I've never seen a white ball.
Dude, I thought that was the funniest thing I've heard in a month, man.
Oh my God.
I was going to ask you about that. I had it in my notes to be like, what? Like, that is the craziest response to a 911 responder.
Yeah, because it was phrased something to the effect of like, does it look is it normal colored or something? And she goes, I don't know. I've never seen a black ball. I mean, I've never seen a white ball. It was
a white, right?
A white ball. It was so funny. Like, that was the only time in the whole season where I almost broke because like the audience doesn't know this. People watching TV doesn't know this, but like we have like a little earpiece in our ear, and like there's like producers talking to you and directors talking to you and like telling you what to do or not to do, and then obviously you can listen or not listen. But yeah, so when she said that, everyone was laughing in my ear. So it's like it's hard to like kind of stay in character when you want to laugh, and then on top of it, everyone in your ear is laughing. You know, so like that was kind of like the hardest part.
I had that, like I said, I was kind of going around and checking some stuff out that you did, and I put that in my notes. Like, how did you not lose it when she said that? Because it was just like, I mean, it's not. I don't even think it's a race thing. It's just kind of like that's the response that you give to a 911 responder.
Right. Yeah. That first of all, yeah. So that's the response that you give to a 911 operator, and on top of it, like in that setting, like with the chaos that's happening in front of you, and you're talking to a 911 operator, like that's the thing that comes to your head to say. I mean, honestly, dude, that's why I feel like the reality show is so popular, because they say shit that like, is just like not what a human person would say, and that's why they're a royal family, which is the saddest thing ever.
And I just heard that yesterday that her sister, I can't keep them straight, is now the top paid model in the world, $22 million in the last 12 months. and it's not the one
No.
done. It was the youngest, I think. Yeah, 22
Hold
million.
on.
Like more than Giselle Bundchen.
It's hold on. It's the one that like was originally a model, or the one that like became a model through putting plastic on her face.
No, not the one that put plastic on her face. It's
The one that's actually attractive, like God made her attractive.
Yeah, like I'd have to look it up here, but yeah, it's like I think it's the youngest one.
Wow, dude. Yeah,
like
I don't know.
Secret model and stuff like that now, and it just
Yeah.
came up because, and this is something I was gonna chat with you about because I follow a lot of comedians on the West Coast. And that's what I was gonna ask is like, do you have like certain circles that you kind of chill with, or because you're from New York, is it still you're just kind of just doing your own things? I know like Joe Rogan and what's the one who I'm thinking of, like Brendan Schaub, they
right.
a thing going on, and they chill together. And, like I said, there's like these certain circles that seem like in LA that they have their own cliques and then they tour together. And I was wondering if that's something that you do, or you just kind of, fly solo and just do your own thing.
I think I definitely roll with like a clique. A lot of my like really, really good friends that I still kind of like tour with a little bit, they're still in New York. Like my boy Andrew Schultz, we like kind of started together. So, we still chill. And my other buddy, Akash Singh, who, we still like hang out and do shows a little bit together. But they're East Coast. They're still New York based. But when I'm in LA, one of my really good friends, Thomas Dale, he's from New York, and I met him in New York, but he lives in LA now. So I roll with him. And there's a bunch of, like my boy Daniel Weingarten, Neil Ghosh, like they're all LA dudes, but we all kind of like roll together. So it is, I don't know how to describe it because it's like a clique, but it's a very like open clique. Like, no one's being like, get out of here. Like you can have like a friend group, but it's not really like clicked off or like they wouldn't like allow you in conversation. Like Joe Rogan's a super nice dude. Like I've talked to him and Ari like a bunch. Like they're all like very nice people. Like Bill Burr's super nice. Like, but again, they all have like their own cliques, but they're not like sequestered off in the corner. Like they're all very like open, messing around with everyone, like nice. So, but yeah, dude, it's like, it's interesting because like comedy's like going to war, man. So like when you start with a certain group of people, like, and you're hanging out with them a lot, especially when you first start, it's like going to war with these dudes. So they're like your war buddies. So it's a different type of like friendship versus some dude you just met in LA like 6 months ago. Like you have that commonality of like doing stand up. So you definitely have like instant kind of like, for lack of a better word, like chemistry with them because you do the same thing and you know how hard it is. So you do have that chemistry, but there's really nothing like starting stand up with a certain group of people, having those like late nights at diners talking about stand up until 5 a.m. Like you'll never have that type of connection with like anybody else. And I think that's why like, you'll see certain groups because they probably all started around about the same time. You know what I mean? So you go, that's a super, super bond that you won't really find with like newer friendships, if you will,
Yeah, no, I see that, and I see that when it comes to podcasts. I see that when it comes to movies. You definitely see that there's certain people that really cling together, and I find it interesting. I think it's like you were saying. It must start from a like a kind of battling through the beginning together, and you get this camaraderie.
Yeah, 100%, and especially with movies too. Like that's why you see like Adam Sandler work with the same type of people. That's why you see a lot of directors work with the same type of people, because doing a film, you're on set for 3 months with the same people in some remote town in like Vancouver. So like you need to be able to like them and to be able to like have fun with these people outside of doing the movie. Cause like, I've done a few movies and it's like, it's a very hard thing to do. Like you're doing, 16-hour days and everyone's exhausted. Everyone's, it might be raining, it might be hot. Like, so there's a lot of like like extra elements that go into making a movie, so you can't be with people that you don't like. So like after you make a movie with someone, or after like you become really good friends with them and you know you're friends with them, and so to enter into a movie, and if you can make a movie and still kind of like remain friends and kind of hold each other up throughout filming, you're going to want to work with that person again because you know how they are on set. You know what I mean? So like that's why you see Adam Sandler work with the same people, because he's like, first of all, my friends. Second of all, I know they're funny and they're good, and they're not going to be annoying as shit on set. So like,
no,
yeah,
that makes
that's why you see
sense.
them. Yeah.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I see that. What do you prefer? I mean, do you want to move more to, because I see like you've got, certainly some IMDb cred. Do you like acting more, or do you like the stand-up side? What do you think you're gonna?
I mean, I say this a lot. I do everything for stand-up. Like, I moved to LA to move more into kind of like producing my own stuff. Like I just got done writing and directing and starring in like my own like feature that I made with like two of my other friends. We were in Michigan for like, 18, 19 days like shooting. So I'm definitely moving more into that direction of creating my own stuff. And I love acting and I like absolutely love writing, but I do everything for stand-up, meaning like I'm doing all of this so I can do stand-up more. So I guess like stand-up is like the end-all be-all kind of like goal. But I mean, I'm starting to like really love like even like developing certain projects. Like I'm starting to love doing that as well as stand-up. So, but still, I mean, to answer your question, like stand-up is still like number one. Like, I mean, there's nothing like that. Like there's nothing like standing in front of like 1,000 people making them laugh. Like there's, you can't beat it. Like you can't.
Yeah, no, I get that, and it's kind of like it's just putting gas in the car, doing the other stuff that is making sense to you. You're having a good time, but yet it's accomplishing the greater goal.
Dude, of course, man. It's like, and it's interesting now too, since you have so many other like, I guess like the tools to make a film, the tools to make a YouTube video, the tools to like write a script or whatever are so available now because technology is like more accessible, that when you sit down at a meeting with like, an executive like NBC or CBS or whatever, like they'll sit and talk to you about stand-up for a little bit, but their next question is going to be, so what else do you do? Since the tools are so accessible, so they want to know like, okay, cool, so you can do stand-up, that's great, but can you direct? Can you act? Can you produce a project? Can you write something? Like, what are the other skills that you have? Because I feel like now you can't just be one thing. You have to be 5 different things. You have to be kind of like your own like production company essentially. And then they're like, okay, so this guy can do everything. Cool. So he has more options to make money than this guy who just does one thing. You know what I mean? That's
interesting. Yeah, no, that's really interesting. And
and
as I being a guy who originally got a degree in video production, that started to scare me. As I got out of college and I started realizing that there's so many tools that are easily accessible to be able to produce videos and easily record professional sound. And then I just realized what boils down is that it comes down to the person, because you can do all those things, but if you don't have the personality that attracts whatever you're looking to attract,
100%, man.
Then you know what I mean, those skill sets are kind of a wash. So I mean, I think you need to have them in the background, but at the same time you need to be able to like have the presence like you do to just be like, hey, look at me, I got some stuff.
Yeah. It becomes a lot about that, because on some level, and I've said this before as well, like on some level, everybody, like once you reach a certain level, everybody's funny. Everyone is good at directing. Everybody is good at writing. So it starts to become not about that. It starts to become about, sure, there's luck, and sure, there's networking and relationships and who you know and X, Y, Z. But it also just becomes about if you can sit on set with somebody and make them laugh. It really does, because you're like, all right, so do I pick Michael or do I pick Brian? They're both talented, but Michael's just cooler and he's more fun to hang out with. Like literally, it starts to become about that, because on some level, everybody's funny. So it's like, all right, so what are the other things that you bring to this production that the other person doesn't? You know?
When you're trying to juggle all that stuff, is it hard to keep sight of that, or is it just natural? Like, all right, I'm going to pull these other things in because I need to. Because, like I said, it's just gas. It's fuel in the gas tank. You know what I mean? Does it become kind of a turmoil?
It becomes insanely time consuming. Like, I mean, I just remember we just finished that film like a month ago, but I remember when we were in pre-production. It was a lot, dude, because it's not like you wake up and like I was working on another film as well at the time. So it's just like I would wake up at like 7 a.m. So from 7 a.m. till like 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. I'd be just working on those two films, like trying to figure out logistics, trying to figure out, okay, the second act is not working. So what do I need to do to fix it? And, you know, X, Y, Z. And then all of a sudden I have 3 shows that night, you know, so it's just like you literally it just doesn't stop. And it's interesting because it's kind of like feast or famine, especially in this business. So it's either like it's way too much and you're like, bro, I need to go to Cancun and drink 1,000 margaritas because I need time to like relax. Or it's like, all right, bro, I haven't had a project in 3 weeks. I've been relaxing too much. And then you become kind of insane because you have nothing to do. So it's very like feast or famine.
No, I get that. Yeah, I know how that is.
Yeah.
No, I mean, and like, so how long was your punk stint? Like, was it a year or two? Are you still doing that? Speaking of feast or famine?
We're hilarious. We're technically in a hiatus. We were doing it. We shot it for like almost a year because you have to shoot it kind of like quietly. You know what I mean? So we were doing it for about a year, and then. So that, I mean, it was probably like a year and a half. And then, so technically we're still in hiatus, but I mean, it's been, you know, we've been in a hiatus for freaking 2 years or 3 years, something like that. So I think they're waiting for everyone to forget about it and then they'll do it again. That's kind of how you have to do it.
You just pop back up.
Yeah, because then exactly you can't just keep doing seasons because then everyone's gonna know. So any weird thing that happens to them, in the back of their mind, they're gonna be like, hold on, what is this? You know, so then it makes it just that much harder, you know.
Right. No, that makes a lot of sense. Which one was your favorite, do you think?
Dude, the Khloe Kardashian one was 100% my favorite. It was just like, first of all, to do that character and have like the liberative kind of like saying anything because you're in pain is so fun. And then the reactions from everyone was just so funny, dude. Like, it was just.
You had on the table? Like, that was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, just like standing up on the table. Like, I mean, it was just so. I think like just being in like pain gives you like liberty to kind of do anything you want because it's a crazy situation, so you can act crazy because everyone, like, you know, you can understand on some level like that this is like he's in a lot of pain, he's going to be weird. So it gave you a lot of like liberty to be weird. So that's why I think it was a blast.
If I were you, when I met anybody, I would walk up to them, I'd put my hand out, shake their hand, and I'd say, "How you doing? My name is Michael, and I punked Justin Bieber."
We did, bro. That one was funny. That one was pretty like elaborate. But that one was fun, man. That one was really, really fun. It was also weird, like, because we were punking like some of the most like, you know, famous people like in the world. So like when you're done,
Miley Cyrus.
So when you're done shooting, like you go out and just go hang with them. So it's just like your life. Like I went from just being a comic in New York to like hanging out with like Justin Bieber in like the back of a club. It was just weird. Like it was really surreal. You're like, I'm looking around and I'm like, what am I? This is so weird. You know what I mean? Like you're just looking around.
Oh
like,
yeah,
see,
absolutely.
Like,
that'd be
you
surreal.
know, it was really it was just weird.
You actually punked a guy who started punk. You punked Dak Shepard.
We did. No, we didn't. No, we didn't punk him. He was the host of one. So
okay. Because I saw it on your IMDb. It's a Dax Shepard, because not all of them are available online. You know what I mean? So I saw that.
Right.
Well, you got to work with Dax, right?
Yeah, he was surprisingly, not surprising. I guess he seems pretty cool, but like he was a very nice, very funny, and also like very professional. Like he wanted his to be like amazing. It was so funny, dude. There was one that I was involved in, because the host will do 3 different kind of segments, or 3 different punks, if you will. So I remember I was in one of them, and Dax looks at me. He was like dead straight face. He goes, "Nah, man, this guy's too good looking. Everyone's gonna know he's messing around with him." And like I looked at him, and everyone started laughing, and I was like, what? Like, and he goes, "Nah, I'm just joking, man. You're in it." Like, I was just like, hold on. Like, he like punked me in my face, and I was just like, he was so, I guess he's like so talented in that regard that I honestly didn't know if he was joking or not. I was just like, so I'm not in this? Like, what are you telling me right now? Like, you know what I mean? It was just really funny. Yeah.
No, I like him a lot, and I don't mind looking at his wife. She's not too hard on the eyes.
She's a very pretty girl. She's a very pretty, beautiful lady. She is.
Yeah, and she seems sweet. I don't know. I've never met her. Probably never will. But she seems like kind of one of those next door, like, sweethearts that is just, like I said, easy to look at. She's real cute.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
I agree.
So what would you say is, do you have anything like that's like at the top of your mind, tip of your tongue kind of thing that you would say was your favorite thing that you've done so far?
I would say my favorite thing so far is probably writing and directing and starring the movie that we just did. It was just
When's it coming out?
It's called Up There. It'll probably be out like probably late 2018. We're like, still in the process of editing, and then we have to find distribution and, all that other movie business type,
all the fun
boring
stuff.
all like the boring stuff. But yeah, man, it was such an amazing experience to be able to like write something and take like an idea from like its infancy, write it, and then like be in it and direct it, and then take it, to the finish line. It was the most chaotic, definitely the hardest thing I've ever done, but it was the most rewarding because it was like ours. It wasn't like it wasn't something that like someone sent me a script and they're like, "Here, we want you to be in it," or whatever. It was like, it was all ours. And that's what was so like rewarding and cool about it. So that would definitely be like my favorite thing I've done so far.
No, that's cool. I can respect
Yeah.
it, like I said before, is that, I have a degree in video production, but I really love doing this stuff. I love talking to people, and I really enjoyed our conversation. This is the longest
cool, man. Yeah,
so far, and I appreciate all your time, because
dude, yeah, of course, man.
Conversation just flowed, and I hope you had enjoyed it to even like a very small amount.
Buddy, dude, you're the best, man. You're the best. This is the best. This is the best conversation I've ever had in my life, man. This is awesome.
Come on, that's awesome. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, man.
So I guess what I should do, so I can let you go and get ready to fly. We go hang out to koalas,
Yeah. Hello.
Don't mess with them kangaroos, mate.
Okay, mate. I won't.
Kangaroos will beat you up. So, yeah, 'cause those kangaroos are no joke. So seriously, man, stay away from those kangaroos.
I don't feel like they have loose kangaroos.
Have you seen that kangaroo, like all jacked up, like he looks like he's been bodybuilding online? And I guess they can just kick you right in the head and kill you.
Yeah,
they
I think
can kill you, mate. And then I'm gonna completely regret trying to be Australian for about 30 seconds. And
no. Listen, man. You know what?
Internet.
You had confidence and you went for it, and that's all that matters. Okay? That's all that matters. You gotta take chance in life. Okay?
I should have watched a little bit of Crocodile Dundee before I did this, but
your accent was horrific, but whatever.
So, what about how do we get a hold of you if like there's a college who's going ahead and listening to us ramble on? What what's the best way to get a hold of you and book you?
The best way to get a hold of me and book me is either through my website, probably through my website, because all my college agent's information is all on there. Or you can just kind of contact my college agent directly. It's Neon College Agency, Neon Neon College Agency, and then talk to Scott, and he'll get you all set up.
Yeah, Scott's a great guy. We really enjoy working with him, and I'm glad to be part of the team.
Yeah.
So, thanks a lot. So, thanks, Michael. I really appreciate it. I mean, this has been a really cool chill on the Neon Spotlight Entertainment podcast.
Yeah,
so
buddy,
once
thank you
again,
for having me.
I want to thank Michael Blaustein, and it's been really, really cool. It's Stein. I said it wrong again. Michael
I wasn't gonna correct you, but you said it really bad that time. It's Blaustein. Blau,
Blaustein.
Like as in a cartoon, like Blau, and then Stein like Frankenstein. Blaustein. Michael Blaustein. Bang.
I'm gonna say once again.
Give it to me.
It's been an awesome chat with Michael Blaustein.
There you go, dude.
And,
All you need is some association,
and
you
really,
got
really cool. And I encourage anybody to reach out and get more information, because I don't think there's anybody better that can really step in. And oh wait, there's one thing I forgot to talk to you about.
Oh man,
Adderall.
give it to me.
Adderall. So check this out.
Listen,
that bit was spot on. It was so funny. It had it's right. And I'll let you talk a little bit about it, but I'm going to preface it with this. So I was dating this girl at one point, and it was during the winter, and I'm like, I'm feeling kind of down. Okay. And I'm kind of like, maybe it's seasonal depression, because I'm in Buffalo, and
I get it.
Says, we'll take a vitamin D. And I said, all right, that's not a bad idea. So I took a vitamin D after dinner. We sat down and went to go watch television.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that she had Adderall in the vitamin D pill thing.
Oh no!
So I took a whole one, like a big one, like it was shaped like a football. I took it, and I'm sitting there and I'm watching TV, and we're watching like maybe a movie or I don't remember what, and I'm like starting to feel my face and feeling tingly, and I'm starting to feel super euphoric, and I'm like, oh man, this vitamin D, it really does some stuff.
Yeah.
But wait a second. I had some Adderall in there. It was like the thing I take, to work, because she was prescribed with it. And I had no idea I did it. I was up until, 3 days later, something of this nature. And I was I was like flipping channels, like I'm watching infomercials, being like, I need to buy that.
Oh yeah.
And when I saw your spot on Adderall, I was dying, because it was just so I related to it. It's so perfect.
Dude, thank you, man. Yeah, God, I can't. I mean, my ex-girlfriend now doesn't matter, but my girlfriend at the time, she's prescribed him too, and I just had I had one of those days where I just needed to get a lot of work done, and I was just dragging, and she was like, here, just take this, it'll help with your writing. And it and she she went to work and called me an hour later, and she asked me if it helped. And dude, I was going insane. I was cleaning things. I was vacuuming the couch, doing things that a human being.
You just recited the whole house.
Yeah, dude. I was literally I painted the garage, doing shit that nobody does. You know what I mean? I was going insane, and I was getting all this writing done, and I was feeling whatever, dude. But she gave me the strongest one and a time release one, so I didn't sleep. I was definitely up almost 2 full days. It was if you're not prescribed it and you actually enjoy sleeping, I would not take it. But dude, it was.
Oh my God, yes.
Dude, dude, the joke I say on stage is, I go, if you haven't had Adderall, it's a drug they give to people with ADD, and is made with 1 part cocaine and 2 parts of The Mask from the movie The Mask, because that's exactly how I felt. Like I felt like I just took like the mask from that movie and I put it over my face, and I was just doing goddamn tornadoes and robbing banks and shit. Like that's how I felt like inside. It was a crazy experience, and I'm never gonna do it again.
No, I'm with you. I'm totally with you.
Yeah.
So I forgot like this one last thing that I wanted to mention to you, because I was looking at your stuff online and I saw that and it was telling me. So good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Thanks, bro. Thanks, man.
All right. Well, hey, it's been a good chat. I really appreciate it. And if you're ever in Buffalo, look up Mike Bean. I would love to chat with you, buy you a beer.
Yeah. Yo, dude, I would love it, man. Definitely. 100%.
All right. Well, hey, enjoy your trip to Australia, and try your best not to get kicked in the head by a kangaroo, mate.
Hey, mate, I'm gonna try my darndest, man. But again, I don't think they have loose kangaroos just like about. I think they're like in zoos and like in the middle of like, you know, the desert or wherever they are. I don't think they're just like out and about in 7-Elevens and shit.
I don't know. I was just in Mexico on vacation not too long ago. The crocodile, it walked into our pool. So things are getting weird. You know, they're starting they're starting to like dig up all the nature and say, oh, we move away. We want to put a hotel here. So not to scare you, but you might get kicked in the head by a kangaroo.
I mean, if I get kicked in the head by a kangaroo, I'm blaming you. That's what I know for sure that I'm going to do.
You. I sent it your way.
Yeah.
All right, man. It was real cool. I appreciate it.
I mean, definitely, dude.
Great weekend.
Of course, dude. I mean, you too.
I take it easy.
Bye.
Neon Entertainment Spotlight.